Welcome. This is not a program about motivation. It's a reminder. A reminder that every moment carries a decision. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You need clarity. You need courage. And most of all, you need presence. Because this moment is the only place change ever begins. Welcome to Your Moment Starts Now with Tony Zotti.
Never born in the spotlight, it is planted in silence. What begins as a single seed with care, discipline, and time becomes something far greater than imagined. Today, we witness what grows when you refuse to give up. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to our last episode of Season 2. I'm truly grateful and honored that you're here with me. The message of today is a seed that became a tree. I want to encourage you to take this time, eliminate distractions, and give yourself the gift of life to forge a legacy that will outlive you. Think of it as a gift to your family and friends. Take a breath, slow down, focus on something that is meant to lift you up and strengthen you from the inside out. Let's look at the tree philosophy together. As I was meditating on this message, I could not stop thinking about how, one day, as I reflected on my life, I felt I needed to mature and grow. Not to follow the crowd and do what is popular. I needed to grow in a way that would produce fruit that gives life. To do this, I needed to plant a seed. This brought me to a passage in Scripture that shaped my thinking and formed my philosophy of life. Jesus shared this parable, and it touched me so profoundly that I could not remain the same. He said in Mark chapter 4, verse 31 and 32, "It is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth. Yet, when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all garden plants, with such big branches that the birds can perch in its shade." When I internalized this passage, I came to the following realization. The seed is small, almost invisible. It doesn't announce itself. It disappears into the soil first. It breaks before it grows. And here's the greatest reason this matters. In our society, we want results ASAP. But here's the key that truly transforms our lives and gives us stability. Only after time has done its work does the seed become a shelter. When I applied this in my life, I saw the results. Like the tree, I grew slowly. I became more aware of needs and learned to give without prejudice. I became more receptive to others. I also understood another vital truth. The seed doesn't negotiate with the future. It grows where it is planted. I chose to plant when nobody was watching. In my own quiet way, I allowed myself to grow in silence. Life will teach you if you are willing to listen. I remember when I was younger, I thought I could conquer the world. In my own ignorance, I thought I had what I needed to do what I wanted, especially how I wanted. But I forgot one important thing: the cost. You see, freedom is not free. It will cost sacrifice and the courage to wait until the time is right. This is what I had to come face to face with. Stillness is the soil. Discipline is the watering. Consistency is the sunlight. Courage is the pruning. And finally, love is the fruit. To add more substance to this, I had to practice the following. The Apostle Paul showed me the true meaning of a tree producing fruit. In Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 to 23, gave me the list of fruit I needed to produce. And this is what he said. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. The effect this had on my life was a turning point, and I never wanted to go back. Now remember, this is an ongoing work. I want to remind you, it does not happen overnight. It took time, sweat, tears, and determination to accomplish it. And between you and me, I'm still working on it. because this is a never ending, life changing endeavor. Now, here's the question: how do I implement this in my life? Please hold on for a moment and consider this. We are doing this to leave a lasting legacy. This will take preparation, this will take refinement, and it will take careful execution. I have put together points that will help us achieve this. I call them legacy seeds. Legacy seed 1: be awakened. Let me share what this means. I had to realize that in order to be transformed, I had to become present. In today's world, this is the foundation that will lead us into taking time to truly see and feel what is around us. We must understand the impact this will have on everything we're doing. You will listen more intently. You will allow people around you to be seen and understood. You will display the fruit we mentioned earlier. And when you do speak, people will listen. They will feel in their spirit that you are real and not trying to impress them. Remember this truth: my legacy is not my job title, it is my presence. Legacy seed 2: resilience. This second seed will show us that growth is not as easy as it seems. Think of the seed that begins to crack open, and then the roots begin to form. Those roots will encounter all kinds of obstacles. Well, let's ask a question. How does a root behave when it encounters a blockage? I've had my fair share of obstacles, but they did not stop me from going forward. Just as the root does not stop when it meets a rock, it goes around it, under it, or through the cracks in it. Yes, I had to train my mind to think like this. At one point, my resistance was laziness, doubt, comfort, and indecision. But the great thing about this is, I grew anyway. Stay with me for a moment and see what I understood. Resilience isn't loud. It is quiet persistence. And when I was able to see this, I was able to produce those wonderful fruits. Legacy seed 3: stability. Let's go a little deeper. This seed is unique because without it, we will be shaken and become double-minded. And that is not what you want to leave behind. James the Apostle encourages us to understand the downfall of being double-minded. In James chapter 1, verse 6 to 8, it says this: "But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do." Listen, a tree with shallow roots snaps. A deeply rooted tree bends and stands again. I lived in Florida for many years. I experienced hurricanes. And this is not just one small wind with rain. The force of a Category 5 hurricane brings destruction. I'm saying this to make a point. I saw huge trees topple because their roots were superficial. On the other hand, I saw palm trees stand strong and unmoved because they had deep and flexible roots. To acquire stability, we must think beyond ourselves and see our future clearly. Because we're not building roots for ourselves anymore. We are strengthening the soil for others, our families, our colleagues, and the people who are a part of our lives on a daily basis. Legacy seed 4: emotional arc. This is the culmination of what our legacy will bring to those we leave behind. This is not about success as the world sees it. This is about multiplication. One seed, as small as it is, can create a tree that will feed multitudes. Please stop for a moment and understand this. A seed becoming a tree is personal growth. A tree creating more seeds is influence. And those seeds and trees creating a forest, that is impact beyond our lifetime. Once I understand this legacy, I will not say, "Look at what I built." Instead, I will say, "This started as one uncomfortable decision." Now here's the balance. Let's pause for a moment. I want to bring you back to something I shared earlier. I had my share of obstacles, many of them, but they did not stop me from moving forward. And here's why this matters, now more than ever. Time does not wait. and it does not return. Our children will not remember our titles, but they will remember our presence. Legacy is not what we leave to those we love. It is what we leave in them. So let me leave you with this. Forests don't begin with speeches. They begin with a single seed, planted with intention. And maybe, just maybe, you are that seed. So plant yourself wisely, nurture what matters, and grow into something that will outlive you. Because in the end, a life well lived is not measured by what we build around us, but by what continues to grow because of us. After hearing this message, stop, think, execute. Start today. Take a small step, make it count, and remember, everything begins the moment you say, "It's up to me." Thank you for sharing this moment with me. If something you heard today stayed with you, don't rush past it. Sit with it. Let it work in you. If this episode helped you in any way, I invite you to like and subscribe. Share it with someone that will benefit from this. May we continue walking this path together. I'm Tony Zotti, and remember, no one else can live this moment for you, because your moment doesn't start tomorrow. Your moment starts now.